Hello, elemental fire signs. This is going to be your August elemental reading for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Can you believe that we are already in the month of August? I can. That means the fall equinox is coming. I just posted over on Twitter about the Lionsgate, which will be happening on the 8th of August, 5 days from now. I'm actually going to be doing a reading specifically for the sign of Leo over on the website for the Lionsgate. I've been having a lot going on here around the house and working tremendously, so it's kind of crazy. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this reading done. We'll be using the Radiant White deck. Of course, this is the one that almost everybody recognizes. I have tons of decks, but I like to do these readings with the deck that people recognize, right? Makes it easier sometimes for them to understand. And then we will use the Levita Sibila for clarification should we need. And depending on what the story is, we'll determine the oracle card that I use. And so this will be, if you are new to my channel and my style of reading, this is a general reading. I'm reading for all the fire signs, and this will be a fire for if this is sun, moon, and or rising. So if this doesn't resonate with your, let's say you're an Aries sun, but you might be an Aquarian moon, okay? So if this reading for fire signs doesn't resonate, go look at your moon sign or go look at your rising sign, okay? And maybe that might have something in there for you. And then, depending on what you got going on, none of it work for you. But I always try to give you some information that can help. So with that being said, I'm going to turn the camera around, and we're going to get the reading done, okay? So this is, again, it's general, and it may not resonate with you, okay? So again, check back to your moon and rising elemental reading. One more shuffle and rifle. I feel like we're hurtling through space at this super fast pace. It's just an odd kind of a feeling, energy. At least for me it is. Like time has sped up, and time has a quality to it. It can be slow, it can be tense, it can be happy, it can be frightening. So time has a quality. And for me, the quality is speed, fast. I don't know why that is. All right, here we go. What is at the center? The Nine of Wands. What is the foundation of the reading? Oh, well. The Five of Pentacles. What is the energy of the near or distant past? And when I say near or distant, this can be from today back to 6 months ago. Okay, there's no timing in the tarot. Oh, wow. It is the Empress. To me, this is a timing issue. Okay, on one level. What is the unknown factor that is coming in? Oh, well. The Hierophant. And what is the energy of the near or distant future? Again, same as the near or distant past. This could be from tomorrow out to 6 months from now. Oh, well. It is the Hermit. Now, this is quite something. Let me flip the card over the deck, and we'll see what the overall energy of the reading is. It is the Seven of Swords. Now, that's quite an interesting spread. And I know y'all hear me say this all the time, but I'm telling you, the cards tell some of the best stories. And all stories are different. So I have 1, 2, 3 major arcana, and a wands, and a pentacle. I also have 2 5s and 2 9s. All right. Now, right in the center is the Nine of Wands. And this is the card of, what do I want to say? It is the card of being in battle. And for some of you, this might be you actually been, fighting with somebody. But to me, it really is this idea that you've had a lot going on in your life. There's a lot of things. You may be feeling tired, beat up, battered, bruised. You say, man, I just need to take a break. I just need to take a rest. And you want to look back over where you have come from. Now, behind him are these 8 wands. So we know that something has occurred. And it may have come at a rapid pace or taken place quite quickly and unexpectedly. And all you could do is take your little thing and get out there and do whatever it is you needed to do. Right? But it is also a 9. And 9s represent a focus on completion. Okay? And it is also a time for you to stop and contemplate all that has come before stepping forward. Now, that's where we are right now at present. Excuse me. 2 9s can mean a change of address or a house move. So if some of you have been thinking about moving locations, and not just, let's say, a home life, this could be changing a job or whatnot, okay? But it also says that one of you needs to spend more time alone, okay? We have this idea somewhat of partnership up here. But what comes at the bottom of this, what is at the crux of the issue or the foundation, is this idea that maybe you don't have enough money. Maybe you have overspent and you find yourself in a position to where you can't really do what you want to do. What I find interesting is this is between your desires. To me, the wands are always about your desire, your focus, your energy, your drive. And the pentacles are about what you have been doing. It's not just a financial thing. It's about what you have been doing or what you have not been doing. Okay? This card talks about sometimes feeling sorry for yourself or being bereft or thinking that there is no help or no hope for you on the future. But yet, if you look at the image, there is help available. The people are so caught up in whatever's going on that they're literally walking right by help and assistance. So this could be the idea that you, first of all, you are never alone, even though you may feel this way. And so this could be an indication that perhaps you need to reach out and ask for help and or assistance. Now we have the Empress here, and I have 2 different representations of the planet Venus. Okay, as a timing, this speaks about the summer, and we know that after here in America, after Memorial Day, that's the last day of summer, so we are quickly approaching the fall. So when I say to you that in the near or distant past, it says to me starting at the beginning of summer, perhaps for some of you. And the Empress represents harmony, beauty, abundance, growth. She is most definitely someone who knows what she wants or what she likes. In the you can see here the wheat. Here it's almost like it's another depiction of Ceres. For those of you who follow Jessica Adams' series, the goddess of agriculture. So for some of you, this could be this idea that maybe you have had to split or divide something. Okay, because that's what Ceres is about. She's about sharing and division, but still coming up with something that works. And here we have the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant traditionally speaks about receiving higher knowledge and then disseminating it down. So this could show up as someone in your life, maybe a counselor if you needed to talk to someone. It speaks about hierarchical structures. So when I say hierarchical structures, what I mean is like universities and hospitals where there are lots of people on the bottom and then somebody at the top. It's not a 10th house card, okay? It also speaks about the idea of partnership and contractual issues. One of the antiquated meanings of this is a marriage. So this could be, and if it's not necessarily a marriage, it would be a contractual issue if this is a business thing between two people, two companies, a person and a company, or what have you. But it ends with this idea of the hermit. And the hermit is, again, this energy of standing stock still, of contemplation, of meditation, and looking back over what you have learned, and understanding the lessons of whatever it was that you went through. But the beauty about the hermit is he's not just a scholar, someone who learns. He's also a teacher. Once you come through the other side of whatever this thing is, then you actually have some kind of wisdom that you can share with other people. It's just the light in the dark here, okay? This whole thing of the Seven of Swords over the top can play out many different ways. For most tarot card readers, this is the card of lies and deceptions, thievery, trickery, shenanigans, and whatnot, and that's still true. But that's not the only meaning of this particular card. This card can be the idea of things haven't been going to plan as of late. Nothing seems to be working right. Well, it's maybe because you're kind of rushing around and not actually putting together a plan or formulating or making a list and then checking it off, A, B, C, D, as you go. I have seen this card even show up when it talks about a house move, okay? I know people freak out when I say that, but I have seen that in my experience of reading cards, that has come about. That's not what you see here, okay? That's not really what the image is saying to you, but I have seen that. So, but it could also be about a contractual issue. Some kind of thing where you sign something and all of a sudden, after you sign it, you realize, oh my God, it's got the fine print. I'm not going to be able to get out of this. So if you are in the process of perhaps signing something or making some kind of deal, I would suggest perhaps that maybe you wait. We do have a, is it a full moon coming up here? Let me check it out. It may be a full moon happening here. Yes, on the 11th in the sign of Aquarius. Okay. So, it may just be telling you to kind of wait. We are also approaching the, the Lion's Gate on the 8th of August, which is a powerful portal for manifestation. But I'm going to tell you, if you're all confused and discombobulated, if you're tired, if you're feeling sorry for yourself, whatever the case may be, that's not the energy that you want to be in for manifesting, because then whatever you manifest, it's going to have that same energy. Does that make any sense? Okay, so let me grab my book. And what we're going to take a look at is we're going to look at these two cards as they relate to the Empress, the Hierophant, and the Hermit. Okay. We're just going to start with the Nine of Wands. Because sometimes the Nine of Wands can be about obstinacy. The warning with this card is to use discernment and discretion. It indicates that there could be a suspension of events. But even though the events may be suspended, you have the advantage at this time. Okay? It may be that you've been in conflict with someone, in which case it says you are forewarned that there may be more to come. So you want to really get yourself, together. So 2 nines, again, suggest a house move and or a change of address. Doesn't tell me anything next to these 3 cards, so that moves me over to the 5 of Pentacles here. Okay, nothing being next to these cards here, but it talks about, suggests that you may have overlooked something or missed something in the details of your plans or actions that you've taken in the near past. This tells me that you've been doing something and it happened suddenly. This could be a temporary loss of income, a decline in lifestyle, and therefore your self-respect, because really Venus is about values and value systems, right? Because it rules your bank account, your stocks, your bonds, your mortgages. This is stuff that you yourself own. So it's a second house, in a sense, issue. everything that you own, earn, or owe, not monies or finances or properties that you own in conjunction of some type of partnership, although for some of you it very well could be. Okay. It says that if this has been about a legal case, it implies that you may not be successful and may occur costs and losses. Someone who's anxious over money and poverty and lack in general. But it is a 5. And 5s always speak to the idea of change. And changes, 5 to me is always a tension energy. Because changes, nothing stays the same. So changes do happen, but sometimes they happen out of the blue, or they happen in a way that stress us out. Okay, so this card is also asking you to take care of yourself. Honor yourself, your wants, your needs, what you need. Listen to your higher self and get advice should you need. And then contemplate your next steps, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So it says the appearance of the 5 of Pentacles can speak to a variety of obstacles, setbacks, or feeling of lack and loss. It may indicate economic and financial difficulties. So a realistic check of current circumstances is needed at this time. It doesn't mean necessarily that because you may not have the money or something else popped up and you have to spend on that you still can't attain whatever it is that you want. It just means that perhaps maybe now is not the right time. Does that make any sense? Because there's an influence, let me check out this 7 of Swords here. Because there is an influence here. Sorry, I got my back turned to you. I'll turn back around in just a second. Okay, nothing about the 7 of Swords. Okay? And sometimes what we think of as a loss or a defeat really isn't. It could be really one of the best things that ever happened to us. Again, it tells of 7 of Swords, upset plans, postponements, delays, and cancellations. The possibility of tension, arguments, disagreements, and misunderstandings within a current situation. It may be warning you to be upfront and honest in all of your dealings. Otherwise, you're going to be caught out and it's going to have a detrimental effect. But it also tells of surprise and or unexpected opportunities. And so this is why I say to you that this card is not always negative. I mean, for some of you, it could very well be that someone's trying to trick you or trap you into something. So again, stop, think about where you come from, what you've been doing, what it is that you want. Does it align with my pocketbook, and my values? Can I really afford this? And it's not always about affording things in a financial sense, but, in a spiritual sense or an emotional sense. And then, take stock before you move forward. Okay? So what I'm going to do is pull cards on this. If I had to pick a card, I would pick this Hierophant here. Because there are these keys at the base of his feet. And keys either lock things away and secure them, or it can open things for you. Right? So are you getting good advice? Maybe somebody's been advising you, on something. And maybe they're not giving you the best advice. Okay? Or maybe there's someone that you can talk to and get some good advice. I always say when you're going through something, talk to somebody who's been through exactly what you've been through and see the steps, what they did and how they handled it. And then choose what works for you and toss out what doesn't, right? Okay, so here we go. You don't have to do it exactly the way they do it. The Letterato. Oh, the Domestico. Let's see what the last card is. And the Amante, female lover. Now, just on a general basis, what I'm looking at here is this idea that there is, typically this is a male, but it could also be a female depending on the circumstances. Someone who's extremely smart, who's studied, who has a talent for whatever it is that they do. To me, this implies that he is waiting for someone to come in to speak with him. Okay, so sometimes it could be a meeting, and that's a loose translation. But then we have here the Domestico. And the Domestico is simply coming to as a verb, This is about help. Remember I said you might need to talk to someone, help. And here with the Lamante female, this is simply saying to me that you are going through an emotional time, even though there are no cups here, right? There's not even any water energy here. It's all earth and fire and air, okay? So this is the idea that there is someone that you can talk to who will help, and maybe to help calm your emotions or to settle your anxiety and or your fear. Okay, take that for what it's worth. What we're going to do is take a quick look. We're going to go ahead and use the Golden Nostradamus to see what he has to say for us. Formulate your question. Formulate your question. Oh, yeah, and the 2 5s. I didn't give you the meaning of the 2 5s. Hang on, because they just slipped my mind. The 2 5s, before I do that, tell of new experiences ahead. We know, as it is a changing number, that this is so, right? Oh my God, where's my other thing? Here we go. The other meaning of 2 5s could be constant bickering, backstabbing, and ill will from others affect the relationship. It depends on what you have going on. All right. Here we go. Well, it is the Zodiac card. Isn't that interesting? The timing of it. The hours and days seem to fly past when experience and emotions come hard and fast. Every soul should found their actions on willpower and decisiveness. But now you are too sluggish and not reflective enough. Fortune does not smile upon the lazy. Remember that rushing around I was telling you about? That's why. You need to become more focused. And so that is what I have for you. Fire signs. I hope this helps. Till next time, be well, stay safe, and namaste. Bye.